Hi guys, I'm Sonal and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share the recipe of an Indian pork fry. Now we call it a pork fry. This is a Keralite recipe because a lot of Keralite people are from the state of Kerala, eat a lot of meats and fish. They are non-vegetarians, so they have a lot of these Indian recipes and it is delicious. It is great because it has a lot of black pepper, and that particular way of cooking in which you kind of have dry dishes with a lot of black pepper is delicious. Western people also use black pepper and cook, but this still tastes very different, and I've already spoken a lot, so let's go ahead and start the recipe now. So here I have about 500 grams of boneless pork, and I'm cutting it into smaller pieces because that makes it much easier to cook. I'm also trimming off some of the fat. I'm keeping some and taking some off. I'm going to store this in the freezer to be used any other time with any other meat or any other preparation. I'm cutting it in such a way that there is some fat and some meat on each piece. So after I have done that, I have all of my meat here. So this is some rice that I have cooked in the pressure cooker, and we use a sticky kind of variety called Indrayani, and this is definitely not for me but for my kids, and I absolutely love it. That is one thing I crave on a daily basis. So in a heavy bottomed pot, I have put some of the fatty pieces because I want to render the fat out so I don't have to add any fat. Although olive oil is excellent, but I have noticed that I don't enjoy as much fat in my food, and this is already a fatty cut of meat. I've added some curry leaves. These are essential for this dish and they just give this lovely fragrance. I grow my own. They are easily available in Indian stores. I've also added about 2 tablespoons of sliced onions. You can add less or more choice, and I've let it cook. I've covered it and I've put some water on top of the lid. I'll tell you why. Now in the meanwhile, I have also added the rest of my pork back in. I didn't want to add all of it so I don't overcook all of the pork while I'm rendering the fat. I don't know if that was a good approach. Now I've added about half a teaspoon of salt here, and I'm adding some of the water from the lid, and I'm covering it and adding some more water on the lid. So the reason to add the water to the lid is it heats up the water, and you can use that water to cook your dish so that you don't add cold water into it. Let's add some spices. Half a teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, some cumin powder which is half a teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of coriander powder, and if you want you can add garam masala. I haven't added that, and we're also going to add black pepper later. Let me just taste it. So it is almost cooked. I'm going to put a little bit of water and cover it so that all the spices work together. And now I'm adding the black pepper. I ran out of the ground black pepper because in this dish I like to add a lot. So I found a sprinkler and I'm adding that. And in the meanwhile, you can see that the gravy or the water has dried up. I'm adding some green coriander leaves and our dish is ready. So I'm serving it to my daughter. Here is some of the rice. I'm putting some of the meat here. And I also made a pumpkin hummus, so I am going to be sharing that recipe with you soon. I'm serving that along with the rice, and I made a well in the center. I'm going to add some olive oil there, and this is the plating to take good pictures. And stay tuned till the end because I'm going to show you a variation of this dish which will make it perfectly keto. So let me take a few pictures of this, and now I'm back. So look at how delicious it looks, and it would be so great with some sauerkraut or some kimchi, some fermented foods. I sometimes include some kind of a vegetarian soup. A lot of times I make these soups which are creamy, delicious, and you kind of never think that you're eating so much vegetables. And my kids also love them. I wouldn't say love them, but they don't mind them as compared to vegetables. So that's a great idea, and I have some of these recipes that I have shared already. Go check them out. So here I have some frozen mushrooms. These are some that grow in our farm in our village, and my father-in-law got them for me, and I put them in the freezer and use them as and when I need it. So I've added some of that, and I've also added 2 pieces of fat cubes so that the fat renders. You have some fat to cook the mushrooms. I've put some water, let it cook so that the fat renders, and now mixed all of this together. If you want, you can add a little bit of salt, but I didn't need it. It was just beautiful and delicious. So enjoy. So I hope you guys have enjoyed watching the recipe. We'll give it a try. You can make this with chicken, beef, any meat of your choice, and even prawns. So let me know if you do that, if you try these. Let me know what you've thought about the video in the comments section. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and thanks for watching. Bye.